A pivotal year approaches for Billy Napier in Gainesville. What is the most important game for the Florida Gators in the 2024 season? Hello, everyone. I'm Chris Phillips of SEC Unfiltered. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Check us out via podcast, wherever you get your podcast. You can also find us across all social media platforms, as well as our website, secunfiltered.com. We're brought to you by our friends over at MYBOOKIE. Guys, go to mybookie.ag. Use promo code SECU at sign up to receive a special welcome offer on your first deposit. Again, guys, that's mybookie.ag, promo code SECU to get your special welcome offer today. The pressure is turned up to the maximum in Gainesville, Florida. And what do the Gators get in year 3 of Billy Napier, guys? Arguably the toughest schedule in college football history. And if you need more evidence of that, the over-under win total in Vegas for Florida, guys, 4.5. It doesn't even sound right to say 4.5 is the win total in Vegas for the Florida Gators this season. As we look at the schedule, though, and there are a lot of them, I pose the question, what is the most important game of Florida's 2024 season? What is the must-win game that if Florida is going to overachieve, if Billy Napier is going to save his job in Gainesville, what is that game that the Gators must win? And as we take a look, guys, at the 2024 schedule, again, hey, take your pick. I mean, take your pick on what the most important game is. Because there's not a team in college football, guys, that has more high-profile matchups than the Florida Gators. I mean, you've got Samford in week 2. Throw that one in the bucket as a win. Congratulations. Whoop-de-doo. The rest of it, you could call every single one of these games on the schedule a toss-up. And it gets going with the quickness in week 1 against arch rival Miami. We now know that's a 3:30 kickoff in the Swamp. Guys, in non-conference, you got UCF. You got the rivalry game at Florida State, right? You open up SEC play with Texas A&M. You got to go to Mississippi State in a game that a lot of folks, that's a really sexy upset pick right now, right? You got to go to Tennessee. You got to take on Kentucky. Then, guys, the gauntlet you have, we have never seen this, guys. We have never seen a closing stretch like Florida has. Georgia in Jacksonville, at Texas, LSU, Ole Miss, at Florida State. Kirby Smart himself must have made this schedule. But either way, when we look at most important game, guys, what is the game that you deem and that I deem that Florida needs to win? That it's a must-win for Florida if they are going to prove the naysayers wrong, prove the doubters wrong, and overachieve. And Billy Napier show folks he is the right guy in Gainesville. Now, what are the 2 hottest seats in the SEC this year, guys? Florida's Billy Napier and Arkansas' Sam Pittman. And if you did not watch the most important game video in Arkansas, I said this, the same, I believe, applies to Billy Napier. Early positive momentum is of critical importance here, especially when you look at this schedule. Because, guys, realistically, you could go 0-5 in your last 5 games. You can go 0-5 in the month of November. That is not an inconceivable thought. I think that's what most folks are probably expecting, unless you're a diehard Florida fan and you're seeing things through orange and blue glasses, which, I mean, good for you. And it's college football, right? Let's expect the unexpected here. Texas may be overrated. LSU may not be nearly as good. Ole Miss, who knows? Those games are in Gainesville. Florida State without Jordan Travis, who knows? So I'm not sitting here saying it's a guarantee, guys. But there's a chance Billy Napier's not even the head coach by that time if Florida does not do things early in the season to set themselves up for success. So I think it's a schedule you have to take advantage of early. And that's what makes Florida, guys, one of the most interesting teams in college football, because there's a real world where Florida starts this season 4-1. There's also a real world where they start this season 1-4. And so what's it going to be for the Gators? So when you look at most important game, I come down to two. The season opener against Miami and then Texas A&M in week 3. Those two stand out to me the most. And the season opener against Miami is critical, guys. It is. It's critical. Again, getting your season started off the right foot. You want to protect your home house, your home environment, your home field. It's a rivalry game. Winning those always builds up goodwill with the fan base, right? Because a lot of this year for Billy is building up goodwill. But I go to that game, guys, against Texas A&M. Texas A&M week 3 to me is the most important game of the season for Billy Napier and the Gators. Here's why. Miami's very important. Like, it's 1A, 1B for me, guys. You could make an argument, and I will not balk at it. Like, I think it is a fair thing to say that Miami's the most important game, kicking the season off on the right foot. But when I look at the Texas A&M game, guys, and I understand, Texas A&M has talent. They're getting all this hype in the preseason. Again, nobody has learned their lesson. I mean, nobody has learned their lesson when it comes to Texas A&M, right? And I think Mike Elko's a great coach, and he's going to do great things. But you've got year 3 Billy Napier going up against year 1 Mike Elko. And the optics of if you lose that game, because Florida should be ahead of Texas A&M as a program. They should. If you lose that game on your home field to a year 1 Mike Elko at A&M, to me, guys, that will tell you virtually all you need to know about Billy Napier. That'll tell you all you need to know. Also, guys, you're kicking off SEC play. That's a really big deal, right? And especially if you lose to Miami, you're going to be 1-1 after 2 weeks. I mean, heck, guys, even if you beat them, you go in 2-0. It would feel like a real missed opportunity for Florida if you drop that game. And if you're 1-1, you need to win it. You must win it, in my opinion. You got Mississippi State following. That'll be tricky, bye week. And then hell begins with your schedule. UCF with KJ Jefferson, who beat you last year. Like I mentioned, going to Rocky Top. They'll have revenge on their mind. Kentucky won't be an easy game. And then that gauntlet in November starts. So, guys, you have got to, if you're going to get to a bowl game, if you're Billy Napier, which I would say for Gator fans is the minimum expectation. If you're going to get to a bowl game, I think you have to win this game against Texas A&M. If you're going to overachieve, if you're going to hit the over on the win total, if you are going to show people that you are the guy, you're the right guy in Gainesville to get this thing back turned around, and there is hope and there is promise for your future, you have to beat Texas A&M in week 3. You have to beat a year 1 Mike Elko on your home field. You have to do that. That is a must-win game for the Florida Gators. You have to build early momentum, winning that game week 3 against Texas A&M. It is the most important game of the season for Florida, guys, and it's one Billy Napier has to have if he's going to prove this season he is the right guy in Gainesville. So, guys, when you look at this 2024 schedule for the Florida Gators, like I mentioned, take your freaking pick. There's big game after big game after big game. But what is the most important game? What is the must-win game on Florida's schedule in year 3 of the Billy Napier era? Guys, that's going to do it all for me. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn notifications. Check us out via podcast, wherever you get your podcast. You can also find us across all social media platforms, as well as our website, SECUnfiltered.com. Until next time, guys, I'm Chris Phillips of SEC Unfiltered. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in, and we'll catch you on the other side.